Morning. How are we? Okay, y'all ain't seen me today because I started out with a really crappy morning, but let me tell you what, 3 ibuprofen and a cup of coffee and splashing cold water on my face and all those good things seemed to make me feel a little bit better. But let me tell you, I caught a cold from my grandson and it's been a doozy. I've never gotten a cold that gave me bloody noses. That seems so weird. Marv asked if I had a high blood pressure. It's like, well, maybe. So, how are we this fine Friday? We, looks like our stock market's down. Ain't that nice? I heard that this morning. And what else? What else did I hear? I was trying to watch stuff this morning, but I was also trying to feel good, which kind of took preference over finding something to talk about today. Sorry. But um I know that the Alec Baldwin trial is still going on. I'm sure everybody else does too, and I'm sure they're extremely excited about it because, it's taking up all the new YouTube feeds. And what else do I know? I know that it's supposed to be cooler this next week, thank God, than it's been here. We've been doing over 100 every day for, I don't know. It was too long, I can tell you that. When the maple trees start looking like they need water, there's a problem. I mean, huge maple trees, usually they don't ever waver. You never see them wrinkle with, shriveled up leaves or whatever. But my neighbor's maple tree actually had some shriveled up leaves. It was kind of weird. Also, his oak tree. So I thought that was kind of strange that it had sucked all the moisture right out of everything. But we're getting back to some at least decent weather to where we can stand the days. So I know that Kai won the booby prize. In fact, she won a double whammy because she said she got runner up too. So even though she's not on here, I seen where she had actually came in, and she was very excited that she got herself a new set of boobies. So yay, Kai! And I believe Flatty was second runner up because Kai, she took both positions. She wanted to make sure she got the boobs. And Flatty said she's okay. You don't have to give her any boobies. She got rid of hers a long time ago for good reason. And hair bag. I read that baby girl was born on the 10th of July. That's awesome. So you've been a grandpa for 2 whole days. I hope you've gotten to see her and love on her. Oh my gosh, it's the greatest. And she was 8 pounds 1 ounce. Actually, my granddaughter was 8 pounds 3 ounces. And I have to tell you, when she was born, I was like, "Where'd the baby go? She's half grown. She's a big girl." And my daughter gave birth to that baby with no meds. That's impressive. I was so impressed with her. But yay! Congrats, hairbag. So exciting. 8 pound 1 ounce baby girl born on July 10th. Yay! And congratulations to Horse Lover, too. Woohoo! Babies, babies, babies. Babies make everything better. They just do. And then, Mishka, how are you, darling? Good morning. And Tice Pork, how are you? Mr. Andy, what's up, sir? Yeah, that's such exciting news. I'm so excited for you, Hairbag. Enjoy. They are the best. Yesterday, even though me and my grandson, we're already button heads. He's not quite two, but we still, he's very strong willed. He's so much like his daddy. Uh, yeah, there's a strong energy with that boy. He runs deep, and he has a tendency to, if you're not paying attention, he'll make you pay attention. He's so much like his father. Like, Sean was the type of kid that would, if you weren't paying attention, he would find a way for you to regret not paying attention. Like, um, dumping 2.5 gallons of vegetable oil on my Berber carpet. hmm He was about this age that Lou is. He's about two, a little under. Yeah, he dumped the entire jug onto the carpet. And what's weird is Lou has the same tendencies. Like, he can't handle anything inside of something. It has to be dumped out. But the thing about it is he doesn't like messes. So once he makes the mess, he's trying to figure out, he's like, oh shit, now I got a mess. What do I do with this? Oh, it ruined the carpet. The wasn't that vegetable oil ruined the carpet, and it was like one of those big 2.5 gallon jugs of it from Costco, and it was brand new. I just opened it, and I'd poured out just a little bit into my smaller container, and I obviously didn't have the lid on tight enough, and he got into the pantry and pulled it out of there. And mind you, they're heavy. He pulled it out of there, got the lid off, and dumped it. I turned around. This is back in the day when we had corded phones. And so I was standing at the counter talking to my cousin on the phone and turned around just to see him empty the last couple drops out onto the Berber carpet. And all you could see was this big wet spot. And when we had that carpet pulled up later, it had ate the backing. That vegetable oil had ate the backing of the lining. So I wonder what that does to our bodies. But anyways, stay focused, Gigi. The lining of the pad. That's what I was trying to say. So it ate the entire pad underneath and was basically disintegrating the carpet in that spot. Um, I ruined every bath towel we had. I didn't know what else to clean it up with. And so I just grabbed towels, never realizing what this was going to do to our towels. Needless to say, Gigi had to buy new towels. But some of those towels we still have. We just used them for other things. But let me tell you what, it was a mess. Oh my gosh, Flatty. Oh my God. One time, my cousin, she was a dingbat. Love her to death, but God, she's a dingbat. Her husband made pretty good money working at a mill, and she went and cashed his check. And this is how stupid she was. She left the fucking money sitting on the dash in the bank envelope, and she went into the bar. She took money out of it, whatever it was she needed for the bar, and she left the rest. Not sitting on the seat, not on the floorboard, not in the fucking console, not in your purse. Nope. She put that shit right on the dash for everybody to see. And then couldn't understand why somebody would be such an asshole and steal that money from her. It was about $1,100 because she'd taken like 100 or something out to go into the bar and proceed to get drunk while her husband was home sleeping, getting ready to go to work on graveyard again the next night. She's a fucking humdinger, let me tell you. I thought her husband was going to beat her to death. I'm surprised he didn't. I mean, that was everything. And the thing about it was it was obvious they didn't have a whole lot of savings because she couldn't even figure out how to keep the money in her purse, let alone have a savings account. So yeah. Oh, good times. I try not to even, like, when I hand somebody my credit card, I have my hand over it, and even when I flip it over, I have my hand on the number on the back, because yeah, I'm that paranoid. And I don't like Marvin, he'll have a tendency to just sit it on the table, and he'll sit it straight up with the name and numbers. And I'm like, no, don't do that, man. Somebody walks by with all they need is their phone. They walk by, take a picture, and boom. And if you happen to turn it over and they see those last three digits that you need, um, yeah, they're going to have everything they need to just charge the shit out of your credit card. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a stickler. Call me paranoid, but what else? Yeah, you lost over $300 that day. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just crazy. These guys, when she lost that, well, when she left it on the dash for the God in the world to take, they were building a house. And the money that they were trying to use what he was being paid to build a lot on the house. Like they had taken out a loan for the big parts, but as they were going along, they were trying to pay for like, the baseboards and that type of shit as they went. And then he would put them in. He would sleep for a few hours and then he'd get up and he'd work on this house half the day, well, the rest of the day until it was time for him to go to work. And then he'd work all night. I mean, he was just I felt so bad for him when she took that money or when she lost that money. God, it just, and she was devastated, but it was too late. I always wondered if she actually learned the lesson and never left money just laying around like that again. She never worked ever up until like these last couple years. She had no idea what it was like to work hard for that money. Oh, she didn't take it into the bar. She went to the bank, she cashed his check, and she put the money on the envelope and then just left it. So of course, she wasn't going to go back home because they lived way out of town. So she just left it sitting on the dashboard and went in the bar. She took it, like, I think she took $100 out of it and went in the bar and was there for a couple hours and, probably got good and sloshed and then left there and went home. And at that point, her husband's awake and he's working. And now she's got to tell him that she lost that money. I actually think he kicked the shit out of her over that, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure. But I think he was pretty mad. I don't think he kicked the shit out of her. Let me rephrase that. I think he slapped her because she told him it was no big deal, matter of fact. He was pissed. And of course, her parents came. Oh, yeah, it was a big fucking deal. They almost got a divorce over it. She's damn lucky they didn't. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you? People work hard, man. They don't, you gotta, it's kind of a respect thing. If you've taken somebody's paycheck and you're, responsible for it and you can't make sure that it gets back to them or back to your bank account or back to what you need to put it into, I can't imagine trying to trust that person with anything. Your kids, your money, your heart, whatever. So yeah, I would think, I don't know. I worked hard, so I appreciated that Marvin worked hard. And of course he's a workaholic, so I truly appreciate that he works his ass off. Um, and he never gives up. Never. Obviously. This is a man that had, his hand cut off in a logging accident and then went on to be, they sewed they saved his pinky and then they sewed his toe in his hand and he turned around and became a pilot and an airplane mechanic and works for a major airline and has for 30 years, 32 years or something. But yeah, never gives up. Hence why I'm sitting here doing a live one. Not that it takes that much, but when your head hurts and you really don't want to hear yourself talk, let alone anybody else. But thank God for ibuprofen, I made it. Good morning, status. How are you? I'm infrequent, but somewhat loyal. Yes, you are. It's okay, status. I totally understand. It's hard to keep track of all these. When you start thinking about all the YouTube channels there are, you know what I catch myself doing, and it really makes me feel bad, is when people very quickly sign to my channel and then I'm just watching and I don't even think about it. And then I'm like, what the fuck? I should be subbing to their channel. So then I have to hurry up and go through and find all these people's channels because I feel bad that I didn't sub up to them. I mean, it's kind of not fair when they're being so, nice to sub up to me. And I didn't even realize it. But, you know, is that an airplane on your avatar status? That is, isn't it? The old fashioned way. Peace. Got it. um, what else do I know? So I'm curious if anybody's watched the Baldwin trial or any of that shit and what their take is on it. Mm, okay. A bomber B 52. A Boeing bomber B 52. Yeah. A Boeing B 52 bomber. I'll get it right. Just give me a couple times. There's too many B's in there. Well, I'll just say that if you ever do get over there and see what's going on with the whole Alec Baldwin, um, I have to say, I mean, I know that he seems cocky and all that, but I don't give a shit. There was somebody hired to make sure that that stuff was taken care of, and that little bitch didn't do it. So it's her fault. I think all of the responsibility should fall on her. Now, in saying that, I was raised that you check the firearm. I don't care who just checked it and told you it was good. But, you know, you have to check it yourself and make sure that firearm is not hot. So I do get that, but that does not hold him, I don't believe, accountable like that. I still believe, especially when you have a job to do. If that was the case and we went by, well, he should have checked this or he should have checked that. Say with a mechanic, and they work for a company that gives them the tools that they have to work with. And some of those tools have to be calibrated. It's not the responsibility of the employee that needs to use the tool to calibrate the tool. It is the tool room. They hire those people and they train those people to do those jobs. And it's the same way with hiring the armorist. So I believe the armorist should have been held accountable. And I believe that she should have got a hell of a lot more than 3 years. I don't care if she meant to do it or not. Number one, if I don't understand why she ever let those guns, those firearms, leave that area. They should have never left the set, and they damn sure should have been used for going out and practicing ever. That's just absolutely asinine. And again, I believe, I don't care if it was Alec Baldwin that used the gun and went out target practice. I don't care. It's her responsibility, all of her responsibility, 100%. And her ass should be slung up so that shit never happens again. The other thing is, I'm sorry, you stop using real guns in a fucking movie. All this shit you have and you can't come up with something that makes it look and sound just like a real gun, I call bullshit. So, Me, I think it should be all on the armoress, and I think they should have wrecked her ass with more than 3 years. And I think it's a waste of money to even be dealing with Alec on it. Exactly, Claddy. He's just an actor. And if you looked at those bullets, and if you looked at the casings, and then you looked at the firing pin, they weren't even the same colors. How the hell? Like the one girl, I never heard. She never once said in the interview something about them being different colors. She said the reason that she knew that they were blanks or hot was because if they had a hole in them, they were blanks. Well, not all of them were like that. So again, see, that's how much that little wench didn't know. Because why? Because she was a DEI. She was hired for diversity. She's a girl, and well, Christ's sake, she's got pink hair, whatever. And she's dumb as a post. By all means, let's hire her, make her the poster child of how great it is to have an armorist that don't know a fucking thing. And she didn't. She didn't know nothing. Hey, scumdog, what's up? SAG guidelines begs to differ. Shared culpability. You may be. You're probably absolutely right. Status. I'm sure you are. But I think it's bullshit, and I think, in my opinion, I believe it should be her held accountable. Maybe that's one law that we need to have changed. That it should have been in her hand. It should have been her control. That's why you hire somebody like that. It's like hiring a safety inspector to check all your rigs. The dudes at the top, he did what he needed to do, which was hire the safety inspector to make sure everything was okay with all of your heavy equipment or whatever it is that you got. It wasn't it's the person that you put in that position. It's their job. So when here's a perfect example. When when my husband lost his hand, there was a lot of people that could have been in this lawsuit that really amounted to nothing, to tell you the truth. All it was a way to slap their hands and say, "Don't do that again." It wasn't like some big expensive lawsuit that he was trying to get. So one of the things was he had the lawyers telling him, "Well, you can sue this company and you can sue this company because they're all involved, and you can sue this." And the thing about it was it was one person's fault. Actually, it was two people's fault. It was the owner because he bought them walkie-talkies from Kmart instead of real, um, they call them something, tutors. Um, he bought them walkie-talkie tutor types, which sometimes you would hear them, sometimes you wouldn't. And the other thing, of course, was the line operator that actually pulled my husband straight up in front of him before he stopped and realized, oh, he's got a guy hanging on the end of the line with now his hand run through the block. At this point, it's crushed. Um, so the owner was responsible for having the shitty equipment, but the person that should have been held liable was never held liable, and that was the guy that put him straight in the air. They so who ended up paying for it was the owner of the logging company and the mill that the logs went to. That's how that was done. Now, if that seems that totally, I think that law should have been, how they did that or how they came up with that shit and how that was all fine and I just don't understand that. It seems asinine to me to do. Like it makes no sense to me. Why the person that actually did it was never held accountable. He never. And he was the one responsible for towing that up. It was supposed to have been a log he towed up, and instead, it was a person. So that I think that this is why I say, how are you going to clean that up? How are you going to fix that and just change that law? Because I'll guarantee you there's probably about 50 laws that go behind that made it to where the guy never got sued, but the companies and da 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 da. And I get it. They make the money and all that, but still, they hire people to do the job right. And if you're not doing the job right, then you yourself should be held accountable. You shouldn't be covered under whatever. I know there's a name for that. I don't think you should be covered for that. But what the fuck do I know? So, Flatty needs something. She needs to hear something. Thank you, Flatty. Very much, sweetheart. You know you don't have to do that. We're here to visit and have a good time. But being you did do that, I do gotta like play you a little something something. I think it really should be the hot.
Oh, you gotta give it better. Spit on that thing. Oh, you gotta give it better. Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing.
Okay. So I've been reading about the whole hawk to a girl. I keep wondering. So just so y'all know, there's a coffee cup on the merch store that is Hawk to You 24. Spit on that thing. On the other side, it's got Wet and Gutter's Pub. I did tell Joey that we probably better take it down so we don't get sued or something. But if you hurry, you can go order it before it goes away. I ordered one. I have to. I have to have one. I mean, how can I not have one? It should be interesting. But we decided that we should take it down just so I don't want no problems coming from anybody. It was better than steak. That's right. Where's the beef? You're gonna go fight? Yeah, I know. I know. Again, I'm not pushing people to go buy merch by no means. However, I do think it's cool if you guys buy merch because at least you get something for your money. I mean, not just hearing me babble in my cold, filtered, nasally voice. Yeah, and somebody is working on my logo, and a lot of it is going to change, which is kind of sad because Joey keeps having to change shit. So I did tell Joey that if he needs help, he can walk me through it. So I think today, he is going to teach me how to do all that stuff. So that'll make it take a little bit off of Joey too. So he's not stuck because I could help with other people's stuff as well and get them put on, merchandise. I think the more merchandise you have up there, it's not like it has to be, it's not like you have to buy it first to sell it. So get all the merchandise you can. That way there's more to choose from. So I think we should put as much up as we can. And if I can help Joey do that, I will gladly help him. He works hard. Guy's got about 57 irons in the fire. And I think Yvette, his wife, helps him a lot with a lot of that stuff. It can't be easy when you're trying to run that many shows. He has 9 creators on that merch store, and I believe he'll have 10 here soon because I believe Controversial Cruising is going to join us. I'm so excited. And what else? So, Biden, I did not watch. I watched a little piece of Biden's bullshit last night, but I didn't watch much of it. I don't even know what people think. I want a gutter vest sleeveless shirt. Okay. I'll talk to Joey about that, honey. Or, well, actually, I'll look and see what I can come up with. And maybe I can help Joey, too, with finding good quality stuff. Because that's the thing is, he will not let shitty shirts or any of that. The quality has to be really good before we even stick our stuff on it. And so, I need to kind of that's kind of why we can't have everything that we'd like to have up there because we got to make sure it's good quality stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of shit out there, but he doesn't want stuff that's, when you wash it the first time, one side of it's going to shrink, and the other side's going to be 10 times too long. And that, we want good quality stuff. Good morning, Georgia. How are ya? So, Flatty, if I don't write this down, I'll forget. Okay. That makes it a little easier. I have like a huge sticky note because Kat she wants the slip-on shoes, but they only come in purple, and she'd like them in another color, like white or blue. So, but see, that's something else. If I do that, that's one of the things that you'll realize. Like if you go on the store site and you see just purple shoes, and you go in and it's like, well, I can't get these in any other color. No, because what happens is it won't give you a choice to pick all those other colors. You actually have to take each color and put the logos and everything on them and sell them separately. So, we'll have yellow shoes with the wet thing on there. And then we'll have white shoes with them on there and whatever other colors that, but we'd have to make each one of them separately. So, what Joey said was, well, they can email me, tell me what they want for the color and their size and everything. And then he said, I'll just make it up. They can go on, order it. And that way, he's not making stuff that doesn't need to be made. But that's because it's just Joey doing it all by his little old lonesome self. So if I can help him with that, yeah, I will gladly do so. I ordered the swim trunks for the hot tub, and they're nice quality. Right on. Did you order Vic BC Live ones, Andy? Hey, Ghost Box, what's up? From South Central Wisconsin. Yep, Vic BC Live, right on. So you hot tub with Rob every night? I hope his pictures are not on those swim trunks. Well, here, wait, I got it open. I'll go look. The bathing suit, I actually am thinking that I kind of would like the bathing suit. I think no pictures, thank God. I think I kind of would like I don't know what I was going to say now. I got too distracted. That's pretty bad. Blah. Oh, the swim trunks are gone. Oh, no, there they are. Yeah, everything is of really good quality. That's what I do really, really like. Yeah, see, they're just white shorts with the Vic BC Live on them. So they just went with white. But see, for me, it's like, okay, if I can help Joey with like making up different colors that we believe people would want, because like, see, I would never pick white because I'd have them things. They'd be stained before the day was through because I drop shit on me and everything else. There's no way. But if I could help him put up a bunch of stuff like that, I think, I would gladly do that. Of course, I'm going to work on a bunch of mine, but I will gladly help with working on the Vix's or anybody else's. I don't mind doing that. Joey's a really good guy, and the fact that he let me on and, let me get into it with him, hell yeah. Not everybody gets to have a merch store with only 600 people, 600 subs. That's right. I wonder if you can get away with that, Flatty. Like, could you run around with no shirt on because you ain't got boobs now? I wonder if you could. Have you tried? The overcrane the lights. Well, now I'm confused, Ghost Fox. What's up? The overhead crane, the lights, and the. Oh, I get it. Got it. Got it. Took me a minute. I had to say it like 3 times. I'd look pretty silly in a bikini. I'll stick with the shorts. No, you wouldn't. Have you seen the bikini? You would look cute as you can be. Look at this. See if we had. Oh, wait. I picked Joey's. Hold, please. Power surge. Um, Andy, I can't. Where is it? Vic BC Live. There it is. Ah, look at this. It's so cute. You could literally be flat chested with this, especially these. You wouldn't want. I don't think you'd want a big set of hoodies in it. Where is it? Is it that one? Yep. Okay. See, look at that. She probably should have shaved her belly. I'm just kidding. Well, wench, though. I used to be that tone. But see, like this one, we could put it in different colors. But that's a lot of work for Joey to just do it. But see, wouldn't that be cute? I won't be buying that bathing suit. If I do, I'm never taking the shorts off. So, yeah, I can't wait to come up with good ideas, though. I don't wax or shave, so the bottom would be bushy around the edges and the top. That's just pointless. Oh, Flatty, I love you. You're so honest. You're fucking hilarious. We just trim it up a little. It'd be all right. I can't wait to figure out what logo I need a Burger King. Hey, Austin, what's up? I do like these slip-ons. These are the ones that Kat likes too. I'm thinking that I'd like, and I would do them in purple because I do purple. And I really want one of these. But for right now, I just ordered this because I wanted to get it before Joey takes it out of the store. What do you think? Look at the back. Missing the apostrophe, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. Yeah. We'll probably be in trouble over that one, but it's okay. Flatty likes Bush. Not me. I'm like, I'll take that slate like clean. We need this. I like the slate clean. This is a pub. We need bar towels. Yes, I do want bar towels. Sunny Honey, how are you? I want, Sun Honey, I want to get them and I want on them. We'll see what you guys think of this. Where did I put it? Yeah. So, first of all, on the pillowcase, I kind of, if we could get this picture dialed in and put it on a pillowcase, I think it would be funny to then put a towel that's pinned to it that says towel please. Or we just get a hand towel with the words towel please and my logo. So that's kind of, I wish this picture would have came out because I really do like it. But when it goes on to cloth, it does not do well. I'm not sleeping with you, Gigi. Okay, fine. We'll just get you a towel. This is towel, please. Right? Oh, we've got a bunch of them. So one of the ones that I really wanted, see, and these are the ones that take a long time for Joey to do, is these T-shirt logos, and then or you T-shirt sayings, and then you want your logo, and it's just a lot for him to do. Because I mean, it's not like you just go, okay, put that there. Here's all the information. You have to put in each and every piece, and you got to make sure it looks right, and so it's more work than anybody realizes. Um, so one of the things is okay, so what I think swearing helps, and then just with my logo, because I mean we all know that I cuss a lot. Swearing helps. That's it. And then another one, have the day you deserve. And then my two words is number one, hello, and two, I'll cut you. um, there were some really funny ones. Uh, that thing with the wet with the splash of water, and then put Gushers Lives Matter. I think that one would be fun too. And then who was it? I think it was Timber that might have came up with the one. Give her till you quiver at Gutter's Pub. What your whistle at Gutter's Pub? I want a shot glass with Trump's face on it that says mugshot. I just do, just because I want. I'm not afraid of the felon. We're all felons at this point. I'll get you is my daughter's favorite saying. I know, wouldn't that be great? See, that'd be a perfect shirt for her. Hello, number one, hello. Number two, I'll cut you. Fucking back off. Um, and then one with do the Biden, and he's kind of like, you know how he gets in that shitting position, not sitting position, shitting position. Mm-hmm. Do the Biden. And then here's what I thought would be funnier than shit. If she don't hawk to you, I don't want to talk to you. And let's see. What were some of the others? I skipped through a bunch of them, but some of them were really good. Oh, you read my shirt. That's enough interaction for one day. It's actually a lot of fun to make up merch, I have to say. I almost think I could like do that like for a living. No, I don't want a job. But I mean I think it could be fun. A towel with it rubs the body with the towel. How about sarcasm in is my love language? That one's a good one too. I kind of like that. I better write that down. I'm telling you, these are the funnest things. My daughter has like a Cricut, and I've actually wanted her to do it. But boy, let me tell you what, it takes a lot to do like T-shirts and stuff when you're just doing it with the Cricut. It takes, I mean, to do more than one. Instead of it rubs lotion on it, it's skin well. I thought it was funny. Instead of it rubs lotion. It took me a minute, Flatty. I had to say it in my head. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know what my problem is. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. I know I keep bringing up the whole catalog thing, but I have to bounce shit off of people, or otherwise I'll I'll never be secure with what I actually put out in the merch. And I need to, I don't want to put a bunch of stuff that's just going to sit there. I want to put stuff you guys like and, you know, people will think it's cool. So, um, like I said, I still love these, but see how hard that is to see? It really bums me out. That's the other thing that hopefully I can help Joey with is like, I want the wine glass with a stem, but trying to find those and find good quality to make sure it's not going to break on the way and all that shit. And then like a beer mug. It can't be any harder than it is to do a coffee cup or these the shaker pint glasses. So I just have to, I might have to do some research for him or something. I don't know, but I would love to help out in whatever way I can. I think my son's going to get this shirt, and then I bet all his friends want it. I love it. I don't know. Did we put anything on the back? Nope. This is the one we didn't put the logo on the back, which I eventually might change, which will make it go up by about $3 or $4, I think. Okay. I gotta go grab some coffee real quick. So I'm gonna play a little ditty. So listen, and I'll be right back.
Small change, give me big money wine. Dollar, 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 dollar,
Okay, we back. You'll say they were packaged very well. Well, did you like the quality? If you don't want to say right here, you don't have to. You know how to get a hold of me. Flatty girl. Shelly. What's up, darling? How are you, sexy mama? Holy. Hi. Well, not what you expected. What? Well, not what I expected. My little dancing dudes. Tina picked those out for me. The quality of the items was awesome. I was very happy. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Yeah, everything that I've gotten from the shirts and the cup have all been great quality. So I'm very impressed. Thank goodness. That was completely different. Not sure I've seen anyone do that in a cowboy hat and boots before. I know, right? Go suck. um, yeah. What? Well, I got to tell you, T. When I was looking, I had looked a little bit at thinking about doing merch, and then when I talked with Joey, he was like, "Well, you really need to have a few more subs," and the reason he said that is because if you don't have enough people looking and wanting to go get it, then, you sell like maybe one item a month or whatever. And then you're like, okay, well, that wasn't really worth it because it isn't, you don't make a lot of money off of merch. Unless you're selling a whole hell of a lot of it because you're not doing it yourself. You're paying somebody to do all that stuff, plus paying, it, there's a big cost to it. So way more than I would have thought. And that's kind of why I went with Joey. One of the biggest reasons is because we've got 9 people, 9 creators in the store. And so it makes it a lot. I mean, it's definitely easier. So these are all the creators that are in the store here. And some of these creators, well, some of them, there's actually more than that. Like this one here, they've got all these stores too. So all these guys, some of them don't have things in them. Like I don't think Oregon football has anything in it. But like you have Ben and Sam. And Pigskin Pete. Traveling Fools. Fools probably has the most items of everybody, but I also think Fools worked on his shit a lot. And as you see, his stuff comes out really, really well. He got a really good logo. So, that makes it a little easier. Hey, Portland Andy. The fake Portland Andy. How are you? I love how the fake Portland Andy now comes in place of Portland Andy. I'm watching you, PA. But thank you, Portland Andy, for being here. East Coast Gridiron. What's up? Yeah, so the one thing that I can say is, oh, wow, that's new. That Columbia hat. I don't like the colors I used. Fools, you need to change that color. I think it's too dark. I can't even see it. Oh, look, you can get it in different colors. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little better. I really like that hat. A boonie hat. I like that. Oh. Buy merch, get wet. That's right. Okay, well, I'm going to show you a couple of these. Look at this, darling. Look, Shelly. Thank you very much. She's been a member for 5 months. Thank you, darling. All right, here's one.
Oh, you gotta give it that spit on that name. Oh, you gotta give it that spit on that name. Spit on.
All right, and here's another one. Well, I'll just show you how happy this boy
you
is.
gotta give it that spit on that name. Oh, you gotta give it that spit on that name.
Who got the membership? Thank you, Shelly. Oh, you just bought a Tilly hat? Trying to get through work. Oh. Portland Andy says he's got 5 more hours to go. Ugh. Yeah. So super fun. I have to say that doing the merch store has been super fun. I like the idea. I mean, once I can get, you don't have to do any more, honey. And remember, you don't even have to do any. It's okay. I totally don't you ever think that you do. I love you just being here, and I'm so glad you're here. I love having your face here. You're back to packing. I know, but just think there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're going forwards, and we ain't looking back because we ain't going that way, right? So we're not going that way. We're going forward. So that's the way we're gonna look at it. And Andy got the membership. Yay! Thank you, Shelly. I got a few hours of work left myself, but it's Friday, so I'm happy. No doubt, Holy. Yay. Yep, Shelly. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, honey. There is. It's there. And that's what we're going to keep looking for, right? We just know it. What is this? This is new. Tough traveling fool's case for Samsung. Oh, it's just the case, but how can they put all the other shit next to it? I'd be thinking, oh, I'm going to get a watch and a pen and a pair of glasses too. It's usually an oncoming train in my experience. I know, sweetheart. But you're just going to fucking turn around and you're not. You're just going to not even worry about the train. You're going to let the train go on by. Fucking whoosh. You're just going to step aside and go on ahead. I'm going at my pace. For size reference. Oh, yes. Super fun, though, I do have to say. You're adorbs, and I really enjoy the fuck out of you. Wishing you nothing but success and happiness. Oh, honey, back at you, sweetheart. I think the world of you, Shell. We're going to be fine. We're just going to go through some shit in the process. But you are exceptionally strong, let me tell you. I know it don't seem like it, but I feel like you're way stronger than I am. Hey, Night Owl, how are you? That's right, hashtag FJP. That's right. If I can get that right out in the open. Definitely. Okay, we can turn this off. Oh. Everything kind of went black there for a minute. Yep, Shelly, you're loved so much, sweetheart. I love it when you come to my panel. You just make me feel like it's time to, get in that sexy mode. How come I got stuff dinging at me? Now they're trying to download something onto my phone again. Gosh, I hate that. The other day, I don't know how they managed to do this, but I noticed on my phone I had a bunch more new shit that had been downloaded. And I mean, it was a bunch. I could not fucking believe it. So I went through and deleted a bunch of it, but I couldn't believe, I mean, without my acknowledgement, or they just put it on there. Fine. Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, emotional. I'm always fine. That's right. Everything's fine. It's fine. Honey, I'm pretty sure that's how mamas get through you know this. You of all people know this. Yeah. You of all people, you of all mamas know this. Everything's fine. It's fine. And then we hit that spot where you just gotta melt for a minute, and then we're back up again, and it's like, okay, everything's fine again until it's not. Life is definitely, I swear, and the shit it throws at us lately just seems harder than it was before. I mean, when I was it seems harder now. Here's the deal. I can't even imagine my kid, like what they're going through of trying to, like, I mean, of course I talk with them every day and we discuss stuff, but watching them just trying to get through the everyday hubbub of just the bullshit that's out there today is completely different than what we all went through when we were raising our kids 20 years ago. A- And I can't even imagine, especially with the way that they've groomed the kids to try to be victims of everything instead of standing up and being strong. Um, Hence why I always had to double down on my kids and make them be really strong people, because I did not want them going out into this world weak, because I knew it was going to be a shitty world. Night Owl says, I got a funny one on X that I watched. It's a 20-minute video of all the fucked up shit Dementia Joe has said throughout the years. And the press is trying to convince everyone that Joe Biden was fine. I know. Is it nuts? Is it what cracks me up is like the minute that they did the debate, they're like, oh, he's fucked up. Really? This is when you decide that he's fucked up, is when he does the debate. Nothing before made you think that he was completely out of it. Please. Yeah, until 3 weeks ago. Oh, I love it when my son tells me I'm being emotional manipulative. I'm like, yeah, and come here. Let me show you. Let me show you some emotional stuff, you little fucker. Yeah. He has been fucked up forever, Night Owl. Joe wouldn't know what a good thing was. He just really wouldn't. I homeschooled my son. I'm raising him how I was raised. He's so secure in who he is. I love it. That's exactly right. I did work and my kids went to public schools, but I did double duty of trying to teach them. When they would say, for instance, like when they told my daughter, well, you should just lay down in the middle of the floor and let those girls kick the shit out of you until somebody comes to rescue. I said, don't you ever. You get up and you fight like you're fighting for your life. And don't you ever get in a fetal position and let anybody touch you. Ever. And she didn't. That's also when I told the principal, when he told me that, we were in his office. And I just got up and locked the door and said, all right, now you get in a fetal position. Let me kick the shit out of you till somebody comes. How would you like that? Oh, no, ma'am, I wouldn't like that. I'm sure you fucking wouldn't. So don't tell me that I'm going to tell my daughter to get in a fetal position and just lay there until somebody comes. No. Now, a few years later, my son was sitting in a lunch in the same school, same junior high, sitting in the lunchroom with everybody, and somebody had hit this kid behind him with a fruit, one of those fucking containers of mixed fruit cocktail. And he slapped it. Was the plastic containers, and they threw it at him. And it hit the kid. So that kid thought that Sean did it. And so as Sean was walking out of the lunch room, this kid come up behind him with two of those fruit dishes and smacked Sean on each side of the face with that. Well, he picked the wrong kid to do that with, because Sean kicked the shit right out of him. What was funny was when I went to school over that one, the principal was like, well, it was kind of a deserved thing, so we're not really making heads or tails. We're just leaving it alone because it sounds like it got handled. But, in the future, I said, in the future, what? He said, I'm not going to say that Sean should get in the fetal position and have somebody kick shit out of him until somebody comes saves him, because I know that didn't work good last time we talked about that. I said, no, and Sean, that'll never happen. So, yeah, no, it'll never happen. Not with my kids. They don't. Don't give my kids a reason to fight because they'll fight you. And they'll probably win. I worked in the California school system until I was going to have to push the jab on the kids, and I've seen it up close. Yeah. No way. Hell no. I'm looking to work from home. Yeah, I know. You are very lucky to be able to do that. Now, in saying that, it's very hard work trying to homeschool your kid and work full time. And I mean, it's a lot. If you hit me with a fist or a car, you better make sure I can't get up because when I do get up, it ain't gonna be pretty. That's right. It's just fucking not. You're a great mama. Laugh out loud. Okay, love you. I want to stay, but I can't do it. Got to be productive now. Ugh. Thank you, darling. You have a fabulous day, Shelly, and get all your stuff packed and get ready to move and look for this brand new opening coming in your life. It will be awesome. It will be. I'm curious as to how it all going to work out, but I know it's none of my business. But I am very happy for you, honey. And it is going to be fine. And remember that. Remember, we are here for you. And you got a lot to live for. I know of two huge things you have to live for. The biggest things in the whole world in your life you have to live for. Love you, darling. Have a awesome day. Get it packed. Get it all done. My dad always told me, hey, TJ, how are you? Never ever start a fight, but make sure you end it. And I taught my sons, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't be a bully and none of that shit, but you definitely stand your ground. I agree, Holy. It is a lot of work, but the payoff will be huge, and your kid will thank you the whole way. Probably already does. See, we miss you already, Shelly. You gotta give Dave a bath and then wash your towels. Yeah. Oh gosh, I remember them days and having to give the dog a bath. Usually I ended up just taking him to the groomers. Except towards the end, it stressed him out to go to the groomers. As soon as you got him in the car, he'd want to shit. Didn't matter how much you had him out. He hated. He liked to go, but then he'd get nervous, and then he'd shit or puke, or it was just poor guy. It was just too much for him. So it just got to the point where it's like, no, I'll just bathe him at home. He didn't deserve that. Kids need a firm foundation to face the world as it is now. Yeah, exactly. And they don't need no wishy-washiness. They don't need somebody going, well, it's okay if you're a boy and you want to be a girl. And no. No, you need to set the minute that you waver on what your beliefs are, that's the minute that you screw your kids. And I've said, I'm so not a perfect parent in any way, shape, or form. But the one thing that I can say that I did right with my kids, they never had to wonder what mom or dad was going to think. They always knew, oh no, they'll kick our ass for that. No way am I doing that. They knew. So now that's not to say that they wouldn't do things that they got their ass kicked for because they're kids, but they never had to wonder where we stood. They always knew. He goes to the groomer every 5 weeks, and I do it in between. He hates the groomer too. Yeah, those. I noticed though that with my dog, as soon as you got him in the rig, I mean he didn't care for the baths anyways, but he definitely hated getting in the rig. That was like the big. You could see usually he was like, oh God, no, just go put me in a bathtub. Let's just go that way. The groomer sings to him. Oh, how sweet. That is so sweet. Yeah, it's so hard on them when you, and plus you take him to stranger, or they're in a strange place. I mean, I always took him to the same groomer, but it was still, he still, even when, I mean, even when he was okay with it, he still wasn't really okay with it. Like when he'd be all excited to go, like we used to take him to the baseball games all the time. So he loved to go bye bye. But when it was like he always knew if he was going to the vet or the groomers, and he'd just stress out. He's just like, oh shit, here we go. Oh no. As soon as he'd get to the groomers, he's like, all right, it's these ladies that give me treats and love me. And, you know, but damn, he hated getting there. So what else do I know? Um, my camping plans have changed a little bit. We have a friend that's coming when we are to go camping on our big camping trip. And so we're actually going to change things up a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work, or I don't know if I'll be taking that whole time off from YouTube or what. So, but I'll let you know. It's in August. But I'll let you guys know just so you don't, you know, not that a bunch of people are racing to come to my lives, but just in case, I don't want everybody held over just because they're thinking they're going to watch me on a Friday morning and I'm not there. So, not that you won't go find something to do, and I don't blame you, but um, I like to give everybody a heads up at least. It should be fun though. I'm kind of excited. I gotta go out, figure out what's going on with my slide. The big slide on my rig, even after you put it in, like when we parked it back in the storage lot, I made sure I went and looked to make sure that it was all that the slides were in, and they were completely in. And then I noticed when I drove by either yesterday or the day before that the slide was out just a little bit in the back, and I think it keeps sliding out, like something's causing it to pull out. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm sure somebody that works with slides and has a clue with that shit would know, but I need to figure that out because it can leak. As soon as that slide pulls out a little bit, if rain gets in there, and we live in Oregon, it'll pull right down. It'll go straight into the RV and down the wall. I've been doing coffee club on Tuesday evenings because Tuesday during the day gets busy for me. Yeah, yeah. Who knows? I mean, I never know. The one that I probably won't change. I mean, there might be some time when I'm not on it, but is my Tuesdays. I'm coffee club. I kind of, it kind of has to waver a little bit sometimes on the time. Um, Hopefully, I never have to change the days, but or the time, yeah, the days. But hopefully, I can still keep it on Fridays. But um, Tuesdays, I'll always just keep. That seems to be my least busiest day to keep that. And I've been doing that for 2 years, so I'll probably not change that. Okay, Holly, thank you for coming on. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. And you're more than welcome to come back if we're here, or if you get bored. I used to ask my boys, where are you going? Who are you going with? And when? They'd ask me why. Because If it comes on the news, a body's been found, I'd know if it was you or not. It told me everything. You know, um, what I always explained to my kids was, if you lie to me, of all the people, if you lie to remember I'm the one that always has your back. Now, you may not think so in certain times. If you get in trouble for something, and you know, it's, I mean, that's just the way it is. You're going to get in trouble for something, but I will always have your back. Always. So don't ever lie to me, because then I can't have your back, because I don't know what's on your back. I You do your show on Tuesday evenings. What time? I do my Tuesday evening shows at 5 o'clock Pacific Central. I mean, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard every Tuesday. I just kind of keep it that way because it's just always work. My subs always seem to know, and so it's always just worked better for that day. If I did it on a Monday or I did it on a Friday, um, if we were gone, that was the whole reason we picked a Tuesday when Yank and I started, was because I just felt like it was going to be the one day that wouldn't be interrupted. So yeah. So that's Pacific. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Mm-hmm. Yep, Night Owl. It is. My kids used to get mad because I had to speak to the parents before they went to birthday parties or sleepovers. They said it was embarrassing. Too bad. Too bad. That's my job as a parent. My granddaughter's 13 years old, and we don't let her walk to the bus stop by herself. I'm sorry, I've seen too many 13, 14, 15-year-olds missing. And it's not worth it. Whatever I'm doing is not important enough to not walk my granddaughter to or from the bus stop. No worries, Night Owl. No worries, honey. And because the problem is with that one, Night Owl, we usually go a long time. I mean, that's usually our stamina stream. And it can go from anywhere from, 3 hours to 6 or 7. I think my longest stream has been an 8-hour stream, but I really hate doing those ones. It just wears me out. It doesn't really wear me out. It's just that's a long time to sit on your ass. I mean, I got other things to do. So, but we have gone a long time, and it doesn't mean you don't have to. I mean, just because I do a 7-hour stream, don't mean you can't do yours on a Tuesday, honey. It doesn't. I mean, I do try not to run over the top of people on their streams, but sometimes there's a lot of people streaming. It's hard not to pick a time when others aren't streaming. And what else do I know? I don't think I know a whole hell of a lot. It's been kind of a bland week. For one, it was so hot, and then I ended up getting sick. My grandson got sick, and then I got sick, and so yeah, I don't have tons. I did a lot of bitching on my last stream. Shizzy came on, which was really good. We had a really good stream. Thank God it's Shizzy, and he knows, like, if I start yelling, I don't mean it towards him. I just have a tendency to raise my voice. And Shizzy knows, so thank goodness. He's really good about it. And like, poor TF, sometimes I think he's like, fucking stop yelling at me, bitch. I'm gonna fucking knock you out. But I don't mean it like that. It's just I get very passionate and I can't help it. Oh. I think Marvin just went to water the garden. It might not need it. We didn't get super hot yesterday. My grandson's really mad that his strawberries are not ripe yet. He ate all the ripe ones off, and it's only a little one of those strawberry pots. And oh, he has not been happy because there ain't been no strawberries on him. Hey, P Digits, what's up? It's still morning here, but good afternoon. It's 10:30 a.m. And I don't know what time I woke up. It was early, but I laid there and tossed and turned and tried to fall back asleep. I did fall back asleep about the time the 7 o'clock alarm went off. I was not happy. That's when I was going, oh, my head was just pounding. I was like, yeah, I think I'm just going to cancel. But first, let me get up. I'll make some coffee, drink some water, wash my face, take some ibuprofen. And then it wasn't too long before I was like, oh, well, hell, I'm good. I don't feel too bad. But when I first got up, just talking hurt my head. Just hurting talked my head. Just talking hurt my head. It was definitely oh, I was glad to get over it. What else? I think we've talked about everything that Gigi knows to talk about in this short hour and a half. This is probably my shortest live ever. There's a bunch of shit I want to get done before our company comes in August. One of them is I need to come up with a different bed. Well, I need to come up with a bed. And I have air mattresses, really nice ones. But no Biden talk today. I know. I was looking to see if they had a Biden bullshit on, but I didn't see much. Let me see here. I know he did the talk, but I didn't listen to none of it. That was actually what I was supposed to have done last night. Was listen to his bullshit, but I just did not feel worth a shit, so I went to bed. Okay, I'm not ready to do the countdown yet either. We're good, flat. We'll hang out. Even if we're bored, we'll just hang out. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about Biden and what he said last night. The longer you leave Biden on stage, the more mistakes he makes. Okay, let's check this out. It's Fox, right? We can do Fox. Okay. Okay, this is 9 minutes long. He called Trump his VP. I know, what fucking retard. I think Marvin told me that when he came home last night. Okay, let's. Damn it, we'll find something else to talk about. Well, I'd love to, but there's really not a lot. I would gladly, but we should kind of hear a little bit of what he says about all the BS. I got to tell you, he's kind of like a comedy hour. Like, we're just going to do a little bit of comedy. It is. It straight up is. I'll tell you what. This is the one thing I got to say. I turned on it for like a half a second last night, and they showed the room, and they were bombarding Biden. I mean, like, there must have. It looked like there was a good couple hundred people in the room. They've never had a couple hundred people in the room in front of him since he took office. Because I'm sure it's too overwhelming to him. I worked with Alzheimer's and dementia patients that they don't deal well with that shit. So, and the look on his face when he's seen all those people start talking to him all at once, I mean, it was the look of, oh shit, they're coming for me. It just tells me more and more what the Democrats are doing. I mean, that's pretty cold-hearted to do what they're doing to this elderly man. I mean, I know he's a prick and I can't stand him, but this is really shitty. They had, you're right, Georgia. They had fucking lines of cocaine. Shit, there are probably lines of cocaine on that flag right there. That's probably what those white lines are. He just turns around and sniffs one. I'm not kidding you. He had to have been looped on something because he's talking faster than I ever seen him talk before. Let's listen. Them trotting him around out there, and is elder abuse at this point. It is, Vandy. It totally is.
I made that stupid mistake in the campaign, in the debate. I mean, my schedule has been full bore. I've done, where's Trump been? Riding around in his golf cart, filling out his scorecard before he hits the ball. I mean, look, he's done virtually nothing. And I don't know how many, don't hold me to it, roughly 20 major events. Someone with thousands of people showing up.
Oh, yes. President Biden touting his very busy schedule while taking a swipe at former President Trump last night during that crucial press conference, which was delayed. Biden did make several gaffes during the conference, including calling Kamala Harris Vice President Trump. The president also sending this confusing message on whether he's willing to speak with Russia's Vladimir Putin. Watch.
I'm not ready to talk to Putin unless Putin's ready to change his behavior. I'm prepared to talk to any leader who wants to talk, including if Putin. So my point is, I'm prepared to talk to anybody, but I don't see any inclination. There is an inclination on the part of the Chinese to keep in contact with me because they're not sure where this all goes.
Joining me now is Georgia Congressman Andrew Clyde, member of the House Intelligence, Armed
Services
and Agriculture Committees. Congressman, thanks very much for being here this morning. Your reaction to...
Just a minute. We're going to find something else. I don't like that one. Turkey Burkey's on. Okay, where's Biden? Breaking news. House GOP leaders, that was 3 days ago. Democrats are in a full-blown panic, says ex-Trump official. Yeah, fuck off. Let me find a good one. We'll find a good one. I'm sure we will. Just give me 2 seconds here. What'd they call it yesterday? What was it? What the hell did any of that mean? I know, Flatty. What? Where's Biden speaks at the NATO summit. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm scared. This was 33 minutes ago. Did he just do this? I wish they quit letting him do official shit. He's just getting us in bigger shit. Can't he just give him a coloring book and let him go? He'd be all right. Big boy press conference. Yeah, is that what this was? Was that what it was called, Georgia? I think that is what it was called. Oh, let's see what this stupid... No, that was 2 days ago. Fuck me. We don't want that. Biden, big. Can't spell today. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, how they introduce him is fucking the best. Okay. Big boy prep conference. That just blows me away. Okay, here we go. Listen to how they introduce him.
Distinguished guests, the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Like he's gonna box or something.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good evening.
Got him pumped up. See how
We just
fast he
concluded
walked
this
across
year's
that stage?
NATO summit. And the consensus among the members was it was a great success. It was especially momentous because it represented the 75th year, the most important military defense alliance in the world's history of the world. We should never forget that NATO grew out of the wreckage of World War II, the most destructive war in history. The idea was to create an alliance of free and democratic nations that would commit themselves to a compact of collective defense. Standing together, they knew we'd all be safer. An attack on one would be treated as an attack on all.
Daphne here has finally stopped sweating. It's all because of this.
And it's worked because a would-be aggressor knows they attack one of us, they'll be attacked by all of us. Sending that message is the best way to deter aggression and prevent wars in the first place. For those who thought NATO's time had passed, they got a rude awakening when Putin invaded Ukraine. Some of the oldest and deepest fears in Europe roared back to life because once again, a murderous madman was on the march. But this time, no one cowered in appeasement, especially the United States. We collected intelligence that Russia was planning to invade Ukraine months before the invasion. I directed the intelligence community to be a significant amount of intelligence be declassified so I could start building an international coalition to oppose the invasion. Then in February, some of you remember, I warned the world that the invasion was imminent. I rallied a coalition of 50 nations from Europe to Asia to help Ukraine defend itself. Many foreign policy experts thought as Putin amassed Russian forces just 100 miles north of Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, but Putin thought it was the mother home of Russia. The capital would fall in less than a week. But the Ukrainian people, backed by a coalition to help build, stopped them. Today, Kyiv still stands, and NATO stands stronger than it has ever been. During the week of this summit, several heads of states made it a point in their statements to thank the United States and to thank me personally for all that NATO has achieved. NATO is not only stronger, NATO is bigger because we led the charge to bring in Finland and Sweden into the alliance. And it makes a gigantic difference. Excuse me. Meanwhile, my predecessor has made it clear he has no commitment to NATO. He's made it clear that he would feel no obligation to honor Article 5. He's already told Putin, and I quote, "Do whatever the hell you want." In fact, the day after Putin invaded Ukraine, here's what he said. It was genius. It was wonderful. Some of you forgot that, but that's exactly what he said. But I made it clear a strong NATO is essential to American security. And I believe the obligation of Article 5 is sacred. And I would remind all Americans, Article 5 is invoked only once in NATO's long history, and that was to defend America after 9/11. I made it clear that I will not bow down to Putin. I will not walk away from Ukraine. I will keep NATO strong. That's exactly what we did, and exactly what we'll continue to do. Now, the future of American policy is up to the American people. This is much more than the political question. It's more than that. It's a national security issue. Don't reduce this to the usual testament that people talk about, issues of being a political campaign. It's far too important. It's about the world we live in for decades to come. Every American must ask herself or himself, is the world safer with NATO? Are you safer? Is your family safer?
No.
I believe the American people know. The answer to all those questions is yes.
No.
And I believe the American people understand that America is stronger because of our alliances.
No. We're broker.
I believe the American consensus from Truman to Reagan to me still holds today. America cannot retreat from the world. We must lead the world. We're an indispensable nation.
I know. I'm sorry, Dead Pepper, but I want to hear.
Now let me turn to three other key issues.
Comedy.
Just this morning, we had a great economic report.
Oh, he's totally
showing inflation is down. Overall prices fell last month.
He's got to be doing
core inflation is the lowest it's been in 3 years.
I know, Dead Prepper.
Prices are falling for cars, appliances, and airfares. Grocery prices have fallen since the start of the year. We're going to keep working to take down corporate greed to bring.
Has he been grocery shopping? Because they have not gone down since the beginning of the year. They've gone up.
Those prices down further. Meanwhile, Trump's calling for a 10% tariff on everything Americans buy, including food from overseas, vegetables, and other necessities.
Oh, my God.
And economists tell us that would cost the average American working family another $2,500 a year. It's a tax of $2,500 a year. Second, our efforts to secure the border, southern border, is working. After Trump killed the bipartisan effort to secure the border, Republicans and Democrats had worked on, because he thought it would benefit me and make him a loser, Republicans walked away. So I took executive action.
What the fuck is he talking about?
As a consequence, working with Mexico, border encounters have gone down over 50%. The current level is lower today than when Trump left office. Third,
okay, does anybody notice how fast he's talking? I don't have this. This is on normal speed. Normal. So, I mean, I noticed last night that he was talking fast.
Months, the United States has been working to secure a ceasefire in Gaza, to bring the hostages home, to create a path for peace and stability in the Middle East. 6 weeks ago, I laid out a detailed plan.
Thank you.
In writing. It was endorsed by the UN Security Council, the G7. That framework is now agreed on by both Israel and Hamas. So I sent my team to the region to hammer out the details. These are difficult.
Yeah. And you're right. They aren't going up as much as they were last year, because they raked those fuckers up so high last year. We couldn't even, I mean, going to the store. I hate root canals, and I'd almost rather go get a root canal than go to the damn store anymore. That shit is so expensive. And here's the deal. Even when you get to the store, I'm a huge label reader now, especially after I realize what they've been putting in our food. So when I go to the store, there's about probably 20 items in the whole store I actually buy, because all the rest of the stuff is shit. And I'm not so sure that the 20 items I bought wasn't shit. Hey, Wanda. What's up? Glad you're here. True. He didn't, Bill, he didn't read during the debate, but even before, when all the other times when he's read and he's reading the teleprompter, all these other times there's a teleprompter there and he's super slow. And now he's just like speeding right through it. I'm telling you that I gave lots of medication for dementia, and never did I ever see this kind of results. Ever. Yeah, well, and here's the problem with organic, Georgia, is, yeah, organic sounds like it's going to be organic. The problem is if you talk to any farmers that are organic and they talk to you truthfully, they will explain to you things like, well, we had some cows and they had some issues and we had to put them on antibiotics. And that milk could not be sold to, actually, I'm sorry, these were regular farmers. And all their milk went to just normal farmers. They're normal, just the normal milk that most people buy out of the grocery store. But when there were too many antibiotics in them, the FDA would not let you sell that as normal meat or normal milk. So they sold it as organic, because organic, they are actually way more open to things, believe it or not. And so that's what's a little frustrating, is you never know that. They tell you it's organic and that they don't feed their cows or whatever they have antibiotics and so on and so forth. But that is not the case. So something that you could not sell to normal people, you're now going to sell organically, and it's loaded with antibiotics. I got a problem with that. That's why when I see the organics in the store, I'm like, is it really? Is it really organic, or are you just saying that? Like, are you just putting it on there? Because I think we need to do a lot more research into the organic growers, because I don't think they're what we thought they were. Even organic grocery store stuff is sprayed, but it's only sprayed with certain chemicals. Oh, that makes it so much better. So, you can only get like 2 or 3 different kinds of cancer from that kind versus, 70 from the other one. That makes me feel so much more secure. I know. I just read George's comment. Now I sound like Biden. It is all very scary. Hey, Nixie, how are you? Thank you for coming, sweetheart. Well, and here's the other thing that I got a problem with all this food and the way they're doing it. Now we're kind of screwed, because if you look at it, there used to be a lot more outfits that you could get food from. Like, I've noticed the decline in how many different varieties you can get of whatever. I don't care if whatever it is. Fruits, vegetables, meat, whatever, even box shit. They've cut down on the companies, and I believe that's because if you look and see who actually owns those companies, and you got to dig a little deep, because you'll see that first owner, but then you got to realize who owns that company. And then you'll see that, who owns that company? Well, somebody else owns that company. And so it keeps going until you finally get it down to realize, well, Bill Gates owns most of those, or one of those other crooked bastards. That makes me very leery about anything from the grocery store. The problem is now they're spraying so much shit throughout the air and everything else. When you grow your own garden, I mean, you better put it in a greenhouse, or it's being sprayed by whatever they're throwing in the air. And we know they are. I'm telling you, since I got sick yesterday, the day before, I started to kind of feel a little funky. But I immediately got a bloody nose. I think that's really strange. Then I'm looking on Facebook, and one of my friends that I used to work with, who's a really good friend of mine, said, "Hey, anybody gotten bloody nose from this weather?" Well, I thought it was because I was sick. And also, my grandson's the one that gave me this cold. And I noticed the other day he had tinges of blood in his snot. That makes me think, I mean, why is that? Why are we having bloody noses with this? Seems strange to me. But what the fuck do I know? Air conditioning? You think so, Bill? You could very well be right. It's never bothered me before. It's never gave me a bloody nose before. Nor did it give my grandson a bloody nose before. You could very well be right. Because I know that I have a friend that has a grandson, and he gets sick every time he goes for long drives, and usually their air conditioning's on. And I think it's the air conditioning in their rig. My mom used to get sick from the air conditioning, but I never have been. HOA lawn crew sprayed my rosemary plant with a fungicide. And it's never been the same afterwards. Well, you know, son, honey, I've had them literally spray all the way around and kill just damn. They sprayed around our garden. We have a raised bed and they sprayed around it. And then half of our shit died. It's very frustrating. And of course, at that point, I didn't care because I didn't even want to eat it. It dries out your nasal passages. Well, and I get the air conditioning dries out your nasal passages, but I got a snotty nose. And it doesn't seem dry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, normally in the morning, if you reached up and grabbed your nose, my uncle used to do this to my aunt all the time, the asshole. In the morning when they'd wake up, he'd reach over and grab her nose, and she used to say, she didn't call boogers boogers, she called them cruts. And she'd say, he'd reach over and grab my nose, and he'd crunch those dry cruts and make my eyes water. It used to crack me up. Anyways, it hasn't felt like dried out or anything. I mean, it's just, no one likes a snotty nose. Nobody. It's nasty. Okay. They put stuff in our food that is illegal in most other. Yes. Yep. In most other developed countries. Yep, I agree, Vandy. And I've seen it several times. Even like makeup and stuff like that. They're put in nasty stuff. People are not wanting to buy stuff here in the States because they believe there's shitty stuff in it. I mean, they're buying from other countries, and you got to be careful about which countries you do buy from because a lot of those countries still put nasty shit in there. I buy as much stuff from Italy and the Ukraine as I can. Really, Georgia? So those are two that they've got stricter guidelines? I thought Italy had something funky going on with theirs, though. Didn't I just read something about that? I could be wrong. Yep, that's a much better idea than buying the thing about it is I think we all need to kind of think about greenhouses, even if they're just little ones, that you can start out and just do little ones so that your stuff's covered. Because if it's not, if you're exposing, if you're trying everything you can to keep it as organically as possible, and then they're just spraying shit in there, then all that stuff's hitting it and you're eating it. Makes me glad I don't use an AC. I try keeping the humidity in the apartment around 35 to 45%. Oh. Here, we don't need it until it gets to about 100 degrees. Well, 90 actually is about where we're like, okay, sick of that. We gotta have some cool. We gotta get cooled off. But, you know, we're in Oregon, so we don't get super hot weather all the time. Titanium dioxide, yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's one bad ingredient. Yes. Look at, oh, well, I wonder if we can see that. Let's see if we can see that. P digits. I get too many screens going and I forget where I'm looking. It's like, what the fuck? I was typing where to go. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Heinz tomato ketchup. The U.S. version contains tomato concentrate, distilled vinegar, high fructose, corn syrup, salt, spice, onion powder, and natural flavorings. The Canadian version contains tomato paste, sugar, vinegar, salt, and spices. Well, see right there where they put that shit, though? And spices. No. What spices? Maybe you call fucking titanium dioxide a spice. I don't know. I want specific shit. Okay. French tomato ketchup, the Canadian version, is made with 100% Canadian tomatoes, corn, onion powder, and spices and herbs. See, I want to know. Quit. That's not. I want to know. I want to know what those spices are. Italy put a ban on all fake meats. That's what it was I seen, Wanda. I think that is what I seen. See, but can you imagine having... And here's the other thing. Okay, so you're a farmer and you are a rancher and you're raising cattle. And there are things that you have to immunize them for to be able to sell it. But how do you know what's going into those cattle? The stuff that you have to buy that from one of those fucking pharmaceutical places that have been doing shady shit, as we know. And now I'm supposed to trust what they're going to shoot up into the animal that I'm going to later eat. Something makes me very leery about it. It's like I said, you can have a great doctor, but it ain't going to help you if the freaking, if he tells you to take this medication that a scientist, concocted. Hey, fools, what's up? Happy Friday. Yay. How is your day going, sir? I swear I haven't talked to you in forever. Natural flavors can be anything they want. Exactly. Natural flavoring, spices. What was the other thing they called it? Something else. It makes me a little leery. And herbs. Well, so are they grinding up? Are they grinding up cockroaches, and are those called spices? I don't know. I mean, what do they call it? Because they are grinding up bug shit and sticking it in certain boxed foods. Uranium is natural. Bill, you're so funny. Flavors are now bugs. Exactly. See? We're so screwed. Can't sell cow unless it meets the requirements. Exactly. So, you have to shoot them up with whatever they say, or you can't sell it. Biden calling Zelensky President Putin was the best. I'll bet it was. What a goat rope. Well, that's the other thing. All those different colors that they keep sticking in everything. I think that's one of the ways they've definitely kind of slid shit into us. You're what? Working and finishing remodeling this room today. Yay! Well, you better. Well, you have a few days, but I'm sure you have other stuff to do besides that room. Like your normal work stuff. So I can imagine your fingers are going to fall off, dude. Yeah, Traveling Fools, he already works with wood and building stuff, and and then on top of it, remodeling a whole room. On top of building a deck like a week ago. Hey, keep going, Zeus. What's up? Welcome. How are ya? I'm looking. Oh. Good documentary movie to watch. Dark Waters. DuPont and Teflon. Yep, that's another one. You know, I have my egg pan is a Teflon one. I think I'm just going to have to go back to all cast iron. You're having tea at work. You're from another country, aren't you? Tea at work makes me think you're from... Get rid of it, Gigi. Yeah, I know. I think I am going to have to... And I think I'm going to go back to all... You're from Texas. And you're having tea. That just strikes me strange. Hey, good morning, Ken. Stainless steel or cast iron? Yes. I love to cook with cast iron. I really do. I think everything tastes better, and I think it's why a lot of people are low on iron is because, you know, you're not cooking with it like we used to. That's all I used to cook out of is cast iron. And I still have my cast iron pans, so I just need to break them out, reseason them, and because it's been a while. I use our blacktop a lot, our Blackstone, and then not as much as I use our Traeger, though. Our Traeger gets used most of the time. Tea, I haven't finished my second mug of coffee yet. Well, yeah, me either. I'm still working on it. Gerf, I realized I'm fucking your wife, Joe Biden, at the NATO conference. Fucking Gerf. I'm sorry, that was funny. Carry Yar. That's how crazy he is. The stuff he comes off with. That's right. The best way to do it is learning is by doing it. What'd Sun Honey do? I just figured out how to get my attic access trim cut evenly with just a miter box and a saw. Yeah, we won't talk about that because I still have baseboard that haven't been put up. We don't want to go there. Maybe I'll have to have Fools teach me. We'll have to do a private StreamYard and he can teach me how to fucking cut all that, and because you know there's just certain things that some people can do, and I gotta say that I'm sure I can muster it after a time, but I guess it's all in whether you want to spend the time to do it. I need to figure it out because I took it all down when I painted and I got new stuff, but there were issues, big issues with how it was going to go together. Stuff didn't go together like we thought it was going to. I definitely envy people, and I wished I could figure it out because there's so much more I could do in regards to keeping everything maintained and, you know, whatever. If you can cut wood, and I don't mean firewood, I mean angles and shit. So tonight, I don't believe anybody. Normally, Harley Dad goes live tonight, and I don't believe he's going live. I also know that the Vixes are not going live on Saturday. So I don't know who's going live tonight, but it's Friday night. Fools, are you doing a live tonight? Cornbread and cast iron is the best. You know, what we always wanted was a Dutch oven to do when we went camping and to be able to put it on the campfire and, you know, do whatever. I think that would be like, we went with some friends one time and she did a stew in it, and then on the top she baked a blueberry cobbler. Oh my gosh. even though there were like little crispy edges in this and it didn't, it was the best blueberry cobbler, man. It was so good. Hey, Cynthia. All right, a room full of blue wrenches. Well, we do that to for networking purposes. That's all it's for. It's not, nobody gets to time out anybody or any of that shit. Oh, that's right. Okay, so everybody, if you are not subbed to Traveling Fools or Controversial Cruising, please make sure you go sub to them. You will love both channels and you will really regret not being subbed to them this whole time because you missed out on a lot. So make sure you go sub up to them. And he is going live at 8 Eastern on Controversial Cruising for the match game. Is Mrs. Fools going to be with you? I know, but I'm actually a mod. Oh. Yeah, it's just we only do it. That's all it's done for. So I have managing mods that have, the keys to boot, which they don't do. They mind their P's and Q's. Now I do have some of them that will play back and forth with each other, like Fools will time out Harley Dad or whatever, just to mess with him. But that's all in fun and games, and nobody takes that shit seriously. But if it really comes down to it, for the most part, even my managing mods will be like, hey, should I end this person? They would probably never do it without talking with me first, unless we're in a, it's really heated and whatever, there's a big crowd or whatever. And Traveling Fools will be streaming on his channel. And yes, Mrs. Fools and you. Yay! Well, I will definitely be there to cheer you on. Woohoo! And I will also do a community post. But I bet I've got to write it down or I'll forget. That way we can get as many people over there as possible. Super fun. You'll love it. Go check it out. Hang out. Total blast. What else? Cynthia, that's what I was doing. I'm looking. I know. There's quietness. Not good. Oh, look at you, little fire fairy. She's a fire fairy. Isn't she cute? You're adorable, darling. Yeah, we try to keep the drama low here, and we just try to go and have fun. We do now drama, political drama, we're all about that shit. Because we all need to get it out. But personal drama, yeah, we don't do. We don't do that at all. Yeah, nobody gets to come here and call somebody else out, all that shit. Go do that on your own fucking channel. I don't want it done on mine. But we can have fun, and we can even bitch and complain about stuff. Not YouTube people. If you want, like I said, if you want to do that shit elsewhere. But we do like to have fun here. And we do like to have a good brawl. We're all about brawls. This is a pub, so we do brawls. Can you get Drew? Yeah, I'll take his ass off screen. There. Now you can look at a cup of coffee. It keeps blasting at you. Yeah, so I don't know. It's been an uneventful, really, week, besides the fact that I decided I needed to get sick. And today I will work today with Joey on trying to help him out a little bit. and get, get anything in the merch store that he may need help with. And then, of course, my shit off and running. If I want to see slobbering in it, I'll look in the mirror like Mandy. Exactly. I agree. I can drool all on my own. I don't need no help from Joe. I don't need to watch him. Oh, was there something else? I thought there was something else that was gonna. No, I guess not. So tomorrow night, I don't think there's a whole lot going on. I think if somebody decides to end up doing a live on tomorrow night, they'd probably have a good turnout because the Vicks are not doing trivia. So that takes quite a few of us out of it because we all are dedicated to going there and hanging out. Even if we can't make it through the whole show because we just start getting really tired or we think we're getting sick and it's just time to go to bed. Because I think they are doing something with Rob's family or with their family for Rob's birthday. So, he spent his birthday with us, because he loves bingo so much and he wanted to make sure that he shared his birthday with bingo. I know that's what it was. So, anybody that knows Rob knows he despises bingo, but he still does it every week. But, so, trivia kind of got booted. I think they actually did one game of trivia the other night because they knew they weren't going to do it tomorrow night. So, yeah. But he deserves that. They're always there. Every week they are dedicated to being there. So, and if you really get lonesome, you can go over and say hey in Mrs. T's chat, if you miss him that much. Rob and the new love of his life, his Fridgie. Yes, he got a Fridgie that basically sits right beside his YouTube desk. So, his desk where they stream from. So, ain't no more having to go get. And they live in a good sized house. So I think they have to travel quite a ways just to get to the fridge and back. So we'll probably get to see drunky Robbie from because of the Fridgie now. Or drunky T because of the Fridgie now. He does love that fridge. Bill, me too. They do run a really great channel. They are super funny. And anything they make, they give back plus some, I think. I'm sure in the end they probably go in the red every month. But which is why they tried to change things up a little bit. Because if you do that for too long, pretty soon it becomes unfun and, I've actually thought about doing something like that, just being another way to be able to give back to the channel, the people in the channel. But I don't want to copy everybody. There's already a lot of trivia and there's already, the bingo and fucking all different kinds of games. So trying to find something that would be different that nobody else has done, that I don't feel like I'm hanging on their shirt tails or their coat tails would kind of be nice. But I haven't really thought of anything yet. I did think once about a music thing that I thought about, but then I figured I was going to get copyrighted every time I tried to, it'd just be a major pain in the ass. However, I have come to realize that copyrights, they're not strikes, so they're really not. Almost everything that I've ever gotten regarding my copyright says, this doesn't affect your channel. So, not too big. But still, I hate seeing that copyright on there. And I I do kind of want my own original shit. Well, yeah, Marvin said he thought he seen that it was down, but I was just noticing that it might be up. That it was up yesterday. Let me see. Oh, it is up. Why did he say that? I wonder if just ours were down. Maybe just our investments were down. I wonder if they were. I wonder if that's what he meant. What, were they down yesterday? No, they weren't down yesterday. They were up. I don't know. I think it must just be the investments that some that he's annoyed with that have gone down that he has not been impressed with. He watches them like you would not believe. So that's like his, I don't know, favorite worst pastime. He watches and stresses, but can't stop watching it. 50 banks in China closed without notices. What? Why in the hell would that be? It was yesterday? Well, it shows here one for in April. Oh, no. That's something different. Well, damn. What does that do for us? I mean, does it? They aren't given reasons in the article. Why are they vanishing? Here's one from the 4th. Why Chinese banks are now vanishing. Starting in the mid-1990s, a mix of aggressive lending growth, poor risk controls, and a property downturn contributed to the collapse or consolidation of over 1,000 small lending institutions. China's smallest banks are now suffering from many of the same ailments. But until recently, few have collapsed or merged with others. See, I worry that just basically means that, again, all that money's going to be one lumped into, you know what I mean? It's just going to make the poorer poor and the richer rich. The richest of the rich richer, and the poorest of the poor poorer. And all the people in between will end up on the poor side of it. I know. The fact that it's been up this whole time, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, we literally moved shit around because we were concerned that, like, when Biden took office, that shit was really going to collapse. And, well, everything but the stock market has collapsed. I mean, come on. How many businesses are going out of business every single day? By no means is Amazon going out of business. The thing about it is, so I wonder what that means for those China businesses. If the banks are going out of business, if they're closing them down, I wonder what it'll end up doing to those China businesses that make cheap shit that keep getting, that we all keep buying. Let me see if I can find another one on their reason. That one wouldn't give me the whole thing unless I bought it. Well, it's obvious they didn't maintain like they should have. I'm sorry, I'm reading. I think we're fucked. We've been saying this for a long time. And the thing about it is, what really worries me, Andy, is like you were saying, right on, all mine are up. And that is super good. But it makes me wonder if people like us that leave it in there are going to lose it all when it all, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm just way too paranoid, but it definitely makes me feel a little leery about just leaving everything, hoping that our government doesn't take it all away from us. I mean, how many times have they threatened already to take all our shit so that they could spread it throughout the land and make it great for everybody? Well, you know what? It kind of did. Well, no. One day. I wonder if Marv was just looking right at 10 o'clock. Because at 10 o'clock it started to dip quite a bit and then it came back up, but it was still up. It never went below. I don't know. It may be just ours. The ones that we ended up, I don't know. See, I don't pay attention to it. That's a problem. I try not to because it makes me nervous as hell. But anyways, yeah. We've done a little over 2 hours. And I should get off here. I need to go check on my RV and see what's going on with that slide out. So I'd like to run down there and start it. It needs started anyways. And run that slide out in and out just to make sure I ain't got nothing messed up in there. And I need to go grocery shopping because it's Friday and that's when we get the most points. I can't wait for my cup to come in. Hawk to you. I'm so excited. I was more excited when I thought I could have some t-shirts and shit made with it on there. I mean, maybe in the end I don't know. I do have a lawyer friend, but he's not that type of lawyer, so I don't know. He might be able to direct me, somebody to give me a quick answer, but they say that paper contracts that banks have, you have to have also, because you have to prove. Banks and lawyers will not provide when it goes down. Oh, thank you, Georgia. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I love just bullshitting about whatever comes up. And I love that you guys get to basically direct it. I mean, I know I do sometimes take the bull by the horns, but really I do like to let you guys direct it because you guys have way more interesting shit to talk about than I do. I want to get this one. They say the paper contracts that banks have, you have to have also, because if you have to prove, banks and lawyers will not provide them when it goes down. That's a very good point. Which I will say is a good reason to have a trust. And I know they cost a little bit of money to have, but it's not that much. If you have enough money to worry about where it's going to go or what's going to happen, then the couple $1,000s that it's going to cost you to do, actually it's probably about $3,000 that it costs you to do a trust, is well worth that money. Knowing that our stuff is covered, if something was to happen to either one of us or to one of us, that either one of us or our kids would be able to deal with stuff a hell of a lot easier. It's all been set up. Everything. So we don't have, that in itself makes it much nicer to know that if something did happen, your kids would know where you were going or knowing what you wanted. So, anyways, with that, thank y'all so much. Flattie's let me know that we've done our time and it's time to go. That's what I love about her. She keeps me on schedule. I love you, Flattie. You rock. I love y'all. Flattie just makes sure I'm with it all the time. I cannot say enough about her. She's such a sweetie. So anyways, love y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and being here. And of course, hopefully you guys go over. Hey, before I go, before we count that down to 1, let me grab Controversial Cruisings. Page, because our channel, because I want you guys, if you would be so kind to sub up to the man. He's also, if you don't get this, he's also in my description. So if you just go to my description for today, he's also there. So you all know that you can go to Fools by clicking on his name. But here is Controversial Cruisings channel. So please go sub up to him. They'll be there 5 p.m. Pacific Standard or 8 p.m. Eastern. So please go check them out. Sub up. Super fun. You'll have a blast hanging out there. It is a lot of fun. Hey, Kai. We're just getting ready to leave. You have a fabulous day, sweetheart. And yes, you got 2 pairs of boobies today. Thank you for being the first to pick them up. All right, here's Controversial Cruisings. Go sub up, hang out. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard, 8 p.m. Eastern. Go hang out with them. And make sure you hang out with Fools. Or go sub up to Fools. He's right there. Thanks, Fools. Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a fabulous Friday. Now let me find my intro. I can never be on it like Fools is. All right. See y'all later. Bye.